charting the circle and making sure that appropriate people are going in there, not everyone's going in there, and that people aren't making left-hand turns when they're not supposed to, and all those things. It's really it's just really, and parents are probably in a much more difficult position relative to their ability to volunteer because of all the financial issues. So it's kind of the perfect storm for school traffic right now. But it's something that, I mean, you're right. I mean, we gotta. It's something that has to be figured out. Something that has to be figured out. You know, I want to comment on Ms. Hanson's comment about the board self-evaluation. You know, as I look back, and this is really the first time in the 17 years that I've been on the board that we've had a board member that brings forward items for consideration on the agenda without ever talking to staff members about it. I mean, that's just, you know, you can sit up here and preach about teamwork and collaboration and adhering to CSBA best practices, but the #1 CSBA best practice is the board and the superintendent have to be a cohesive team. They have to work together. They have to communicate. I mean, I've sat with everyone on this board, and over lunch, over dinner, whatever, or just at houses, to try to build cohesive team collaboration models that will work so that we can work together, with the exception of you, Ms. Hanson. So I don't know if that's your just dislike for me as a person, but you're going to have to figure that out if you ever want to be successful as a board member. And the kids are counting on that. I'll be gone. So you won't have to deal with me anymore. You haven't dealt with me since I've been here. But it's a poor example to set for our kids. I mean, it's not only me that's experienced it. Maybe it's only me, you know, I'm leaving, so there's no risk to me being vocal about it. But it's not an attempt to bash you, Ms. Hanson. But for this district to be successful, there has to be collaboration. There has to be conversation. And if you look back on history, the overcoming some of the most challenging things that this country has ever had to overcome, the creation of the Constitution, that required people getting together and building personal relationships, breaking bread together, getting to know people's families. Didn't mean everybody liked each other, but it allowed people to have an understanding of each other, at least to the extent that they could properly serve the citizens of the United States. So that's a grand example, but it's just as important here at this school district. That's an example, and something that's an example of and leadership that we need as a board to provide to our kids and to our sites. That we are so committed to what we are doing for you here that we're willing to overlook differences and overlook personal